They say it might rain today, although it should stay put by the looks of it anyways, and they say it's going to get really busy here tomorrow, as if it's not already anyways. Again, there's so much Taylor Swift stuff again. And with that in mind, what did I read today? How about this one? It was interesting, where somebody shot down a Walmart delivery drone, and the interaction with the police officer was kind of interesting in this case. By the looks of it, this took place in Florida, where a person named Dennis Wynn, who was 72 years old, became paranoid for some reason, I suppose, with a drone flying near his property, and so he shot it down with a 9mm, and the Lake County Sheriff's Office went up, I suppose, to the person asking him if he did it. He just kind of admitted it, for example, just because he didn't know what it was, and it had this interaction where even the police officer was caught off guard because he was so honest about it and what kind of charges could come about with this. So you can see the interaction here was kind of weird in many ways.
At some point today, did a drone fly over your house and you shoot at it? I'm gonna be real blunt with you and ask.
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah.
Okay, why'd you shoot at it?
Because I thought it was somebody and turn around playing games on my house. Right there.
Sitting straight above it?
Straight above me.
Do you have any idea?
Hovered, lowered some kind of cord down or something, turned around and sent something back up, and then after it was shot at, it turned around and went north.
Gotcha. Okay. What'd you shoot at it with?
9mm. How much trouble am I in?
Quite a bit. You've been honest with me, I'm gonna be honest with you. Quite a bit, actually. So there's a federal charge that goes along with it, there's a felony charge that goes along with it. That's kind of like where we're at.
Okay.
Okay.
What happens and what?
Well, before we continue this conversation, I'm really just, for you being honest, you really just took me off guard. I'm not gonna lie.
What am I going to do? I'm going to lie?
True. All right, sir. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say
You're up putting me under arrest.
I'm just going to arrange you the Miranda warning just so I can get it out. That way you and I can continue our conversation, okay?
Never left. I went inside, went into the safe, got the weapon, came out, tried to shoot it off again. It didn't move. I fired one round at it. Now they say I hit it, so I must be a good shot, or else it's not that far away. So I'm under all sorts of, they say there's $10,000 worth of damage to the drone and all sorts of stuff. So I'm going to wind up having to find a real good defense lawyer.
You want a coffee in the front?
Whatever you need to do by protocol.
Well, no, we have,
We've been fine. There's no issues. We're not,
Yeah.
Just let me know if it's too tight, all right?
And at the end, he made this comment saying he couldn't breathe, for example, when the cops put the handcuffs on him. I think I know what this is referencing to. I don't think it was a good idea anyways to say that.
I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I can't breathe.
This is a good example too, I thought, in terms of just how much hysteria there is with people still, with the type of media that's being consumed, what they constantly talk about, fear of the drones and all that, even if it's like a recreational one. Now people, they don't think twice. I would think, for example, you would have read some kind of news in the area, like it's a big deal, correct? Like drone deliveries and so forth, like you would see drones with lines coming down and all that. Why would you automatically shoot it? There's no difference, like I said before. If you see like a suspicious car or something like that, like you don't know for sure, I don't think the first reaction is you take like a gun out and you start shooting it, correct? But either way, let's see what happens here in this case afterwards. And with that thought of drones and all that, more news about those mystery New Jersey drones. And in this instance, there's so many videos, it's kind of interesting just to look at them. For example, remember how somebody claimed the drone was the size of a car, for example? I guess it's kind of accurate in some ways anyways, if these footages are to be believed in terms of what people are capturing and so forth, because even the mainstream media, they had news reports of people saying, yeah, like we have something in the sky and all that, and they film it. But at the same time, some people are saying these drones potentially interfere with other electronic devices. Like for example, there was this one report where the claim was a family followed the drone with their car, maybe just to find out what it was about, and they noticed apparently the clocks in their car started to change.
Witness says it's like a parade. The drones just keep coming one after another, and you can hear them coming because they're so loud. Listen to the power of this drone last night. One family claims they followed a drone in their car, and while it hovered above them, the clock in their car changed times.
And in the 30 minutes we've been here, we've seen up to 7 drones in the sky above us. They're above us right now, just moving back and forth. It's really difficult to show you with our camera, so we have to show you with our phones. A handful of flashing lights moving back and forth over northwest New Jersey.
I thought that was interesting, as does this mean, for example, potentially whatever these quote drones are, they could be carrying devices to jam other electronic equipment, so it could be like a weapon of sort per se. It's a great example to think about too when it comes to the US anyways. All that fear mongering of needing to do this and that to regulate drones for safety purposes, all it did is create, for the most part, hysteria. Like in the first story, people shoot drones down and all that because they just don't know what it is. And then in the second example, you have all these mystery drones. Why can't you immediately identify it with everything that was put in place, right? That doesn't make sense either. Will people like the FAA, or let's just say people who pushed for stuff like this to happen, admit, okay, maybe it doesn't work like what you said? If it did, you should be able to identify quickly what these drones are, neutralize them, whatever it is, and at the same time, people should feel quote safe. What it seems here anyway, some people are just scared, because they don't know what the heck it is, right? I doubt that will happen though overall, and that's just one of those things where it just keeps happening time after time, where they make all these regulations and all that. They don't really do much other than restrict legitimate people who are using it safely and all that. Let's see what happens, huh? All right, see you guys later.